Paying for Lightning Lane Single Pass doesn't always have to be just your go-to to get those most popular rides in each of the parks for the shortest amount of wait. Roped Up is a great strategy for you to be able to use, especially for those early risers. This strategy can be used by off-site and on-site guests. Your timing is just a little bit different. So we're going to go through all the things that you need to know for each of the Lightning Lane Single Pass rides. Each of the 4 parks has an e-ticket ride, and an e-ticket ride is the most popular ride in that park. That is also considered the Lightning Lane Single Pass ride. So those rides are not included in the Lightning Lane Multi-Pass, meaning that you need to pay an extra cost to be able to skip the lines for these rides. Currently in Epcot, that is Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. In Animal Kingdom, that is Avatar Flight of Passage. In Hollywood Studios, that is Rise of the Resistance. And there are 2 in Magic Kingdom. The first one is Tron, and the second one is Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. The procedures in each of the 4 parks do differ just a little bit. There are a few things that are consistent with all 4 parks. So let's go over the things that you need to know before we begin. If you were an on-site guest, the transportation that you are using from your resort is going to open up, or begin arriving, I should say, about an hour before that early entry time. The only park that's going to differ with this is going to be Magic Kingdom. Usually that transportation starts coming about 7:15 in the morning. If you are going to be driving your own car to any of the parks, the parking lot gates start to open up about an hour before that early entry. When rope dropping each of the 4 parks, it is a good idea to have a grab and go breakfast. Depending on how hardcore that you want to be, things are going to get early whenever you start getting on transportation. And then when you get to the parks, depending on how early you get there, there may be points where you're at a holding point before they actually let you in. So make sure that you've got some snacks or anything like that. That way you can eat on the go, get some of those really popular rides out of the way first thing in the morning, and then after that, have a late breakfast. As you enter each of the 4 parks, whenever you're going in for the early entry, there is going to be a line of cast members there waiting to scan your Magic Band, Keys to the World card, or your Magic Mobile. Only one person in your party needs to have that ready, so make sure that you've got everybody together. That makes the process a lot quicker as you are going in and scanning in to go get in line. I want to show you how to rope drop all the Lightning Lane Single Pass rides so you don't have to pay for them. You ready? Let's go. You happen to get here early and you are like in line for quite a while and somebody needs to go to the restroom. So there's the front. If you will go over here to the right hand side, here are your restrooms. Woohoo! They open the gates at 7:15. If you happen to see that like other lines are moving quicker, which is what I just did, move. Go ahead and move. Sometimes at the front, tickets don't work, fingerprints don't work, you know, that kind of thing, and it stops the whole line. So I was able to just scoot over here and get everything scanned in.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. How are you today?
Very good. Thank you for us.
Yes, ma'am. And we are in, people. Okay, let's go. If you are an early entry guest, you are going to go left. If you are not, if you are an off-site guest, you are going to go right and be held at a holding point. So as you come up here, you're going to see cast members lined up. Only one person needs to have their Magic Band, Magic Mobile, or Keys to the World card out and ready to go. Have everybody together. Good morning. How are you? Thank you. All right, and we are off. At this point, we just follow the flow all the way into Pandora. There she is. She's so beautiful. Oh, I love this park so much. I have goosebumps. Here we go, coming over the bridge. Now, sometimes if they will open up the park a little earlier, what they'll do is this will be a stopping point. So cast members will be in front and doing crowd control. They'll stop you here, hold you for a little bit, and then again, they'll move on. And then if that happens, then you just follow the crowd and the cast members' directions, because what they're gonna start doing is filtering you down to a single file line. Depending on when you get here, you either look for the sign just like this, and then just follow the crowd.
Flight of passage all the way to the right, now revert to that left.
Now today I'm giving you a real look into like if you're running late, if things are moving slow, that kind of thing. I'm usually like mega rope drop, like I'm the first one in line kind of girl. And if you happen like to get on the bus, you know, right when that first bus gets there at that hour mark beforehand, you are going to be at the front of the line. But I wanted to give you a real life look at if you're, you know, you have little ones that you're carting, things don't go how they need to in the morning. And so I am way at the back of the line for those hardcore people that, you know, rope drop. So number one, when you are walking up to the line and you see how long it is and it winds, they have to filter everybody down into one line, and that takes longer. Not to mention the queue is extremely long to walk, so just be patient. The line is moving very, very quickly. So we're almost finally entering the actual queue. Experiencing technical difficulties this early in the morning. Woo.
Okay, seal genetic matching room.
Can everyone see me?
Even with the glitch, we waited about 53 minutes in total with everything. If we didn't have the glitch, we would have been on in like 40 minutes. So we literally sat there for like 15 minutes and waiting for them to get that fixed. So, but I'm glad whenever I don't have perfect mornings, because it just kind of gives you an idea and a look into, you know, what the morning can, so many things can happen on a Disney vacation. So that was a good thing. That was a good thing. Okay, now, good morning from Hollywood Studios. We are here to rope drop Rise of the Resistance. This morning I caught the first bus out of my resort, and this particular stay I was staying at Disney's Port Orleans at Riverside. It is now officially 7:54 and we arrived here at Hollywood Studios by bus. Now, if you are staying at a Skyliner resort, then you will be coming here via Skyliner. We are walking up to a full house today, so just grab a spot in line. I just hear cheers at the front. It is exactly 8 a.m. I bet you they opened the doors. 8:08. Took us a little while to get through the line, but we're in. Let's go. Now remember, everybody is allowed in the park now. So off-site and on-site guests. It used to just be on-site guests that were allowed in the park. So now, right now, it looks like, you know, there's a lot of people here, but everybody's going to be distributed out to like Rise of the Resistance, Slinky Dog Dash. On-site guests are allowed to be able to go in. Off-site guests are going to have to be held at a certain point, okay? So let's just make our way down Hollywood Boulevard, excuse me. Some people do like to go this way to the left and head that route. Oh, that coffee smells so good coming in. Ah, Starbucks is right there on your right. All right, so remember, you want to have that grab and go breakfast first thing in the morning whenever you're trying to rope drop, and then after you get those, you know, 1 to 2, possibly 3 major rides that you want done first thing during rope drop time, then you can stop, then you can eat. So just have something for those that like to have something in their stomachs. And if you possibly get lost first thing in the morning, there are signs. Here we go, and now we're gonna turn. Okay. It's almost like you're running a marathon. By the time you get there, you're gonna be winded. And here we are, the entrance of Galaxy's Edge. Now there's gonna be a line of cast members up here. For those of you that are staying on site, all you have to do is have one person in your party, have your Magic Band, Keys to the World card, or your Magic Mobile ready to scan. Have your entire party together. If you are an off-site guest, They're gonna start lining you up here on the right-hand side. So see, these are already, a line is forming for those off-site guests. And if you're an on-site guest, then you can just go ahead and bypass the line and go on through. How are you today?
How many in our party?
Just one.
Party one is still a party in my book.
That is
There
correct,
go.
thank you. We are in, and it is 8:14 in the morning. Now you are not going to be able to bring your stroller in line. So for those of you that need to park a stroller, then start getting everything out that you need, getting the little one out. So now we're just filtering down into the line. First thing in the morning, cast members will be here to go ahead and take your stroller, so you want to be ready. Amazing, every single time I ride it. Okay, let's go over logistics. So once you exit the ride, this is where all the strollers are going to be parked that the cast members took from you first thing in the morning. We only waited 17 minutes this morning for Rise of the Resistance, so we were off the ride. Well, it's been a couple minutes now, so by 8:45. So we still have 15 minutes of early entry time. So at this point, you can still get at least one more big ride done. And honestly, I would tell you to go to Millennium Falcon Smugglers Realm. The line is going to be a walk-on at this time. This was also a perfect example of what it can look like during a very busy season. So it is roughly about the second week of November, which is the beginning of the holiday season. I have also been here during Christmas week and have rope dropped Hollywood Studios on Christmas Day. And if you are here during a busy time of the year, Hollywood Studios will open early. The last Christmas Day that I did this, Hollywood Studios opened an hour before the early entry time, and I was able to get in here, get like 5 rides done before the park officially opened. So Hollywood Studios, the key is to be here early. Of course, the other option that you have is to ride this at the end of the night, right before the park closes. However, this ride has so many moving parts that one little small thing can go wrong will make the ride go down. So I would not wait the entire day to ride this at the end of the night, if possible, just in case by the end of the night the ride goes down. So that is one thing that you kind of come up across with this specific ride. Also in Hollywood Studios, you have Fantasmic at the end of the night. And depending on the time of the year that you come, there could be one show right when the park closes, or there could be 2 shows. One earlier in the evening and then one later in the evening. So it just kind of depends on the time of year that you're coming as well. So just take that into account if you are thinking that you're going to ride this at the end of the night. It is 7:15 in the morning and we are walking up to a beautiful Magic Kingdom. Let's get our tickets scanned in and let's head down Main Street. How are you? Thank you. Hey. Doesn't matter how many times I come here, I get excited every time. Now I am doing this at the beginning of the holiday season, so it is the second week of November, but this is going to give you a great look into like crowd levels, because it is very busy here at Walt Disney World. So any other time of the year, crowds aren't going to be as busy, so it's going to be a little bit easier for you. Everybody is going to be allowed into Magic Kingdom first thing in the morning, whether you're an on-site guest or an off-site guest. If you are an off-site guest, you're going to be able to hang out, get your pictures done, go get coffee, you can go shop, you can be in front of the castle and just explore the hub and Main Street. If you are an on-site guest and you are really trying to get in here and get a ride done, then you want to start heading all the way down Main Street. You want to stay to the right of Main Street. So you're going to start looking for where the cast members are directing you, because sometimes it changes. Sometimes it's at this first one, sometimes it's at the second one for the early entry guests to be able to go in. So this is why you want to stay to the right side of Main Street. You're going to come all the way over here. We're about to come up to the line of cast members. That's going to scan either your Magic Band, Keys to the World card, or Magic Mobile. Remember, have your entire family together and only have one person ready with that to scan, so it's a lot easier and more efficient to get through. Just one? We are rope dropping Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, so you are going to follow the crowd all the way to the right side of the castle. So let's walk up here. Now, the earlier you get here, the more at the front that you're going to be. In a little bit, I'm going to show you what it looks like whenever you get here at the back of the crowd. And it's going to be like we're packed in here like sardines, okay? And you can already see the crowd of people right here. You want to try and be as centralized as possible whenever you get here. If anybody has to go to the bathroom, right there. As you're coming up, it is on the left-hand side. That is where you go to the restroom. Here we go. Now I will say, this is the craziest rope drop in the morning, okay? Okay, so we're walking in. Everybody go slow. I promise you'll get there. I promise it won't be a long wait. A lot of people are going to Fantasyland. A lot of people are going to Peter Pan. So you want to start veering to the right-hand side of the path as much as possible. Just kind of work your way through. See that gate right there? That is where you want to start filtering in at. You don't want to go that way and go to the entrance of the line because people are already up there. So a lot of people will do that and then they will pass and then they'll have to backtrack. So you want to go ahead and just wherever the gate is, just start following the gate and just go ahead and get in line. So now what they're going to do is they're going to start filtering everybody down to one line. For those of you that have strollers, have everybody in your party get in line and have the one person bring your stroller over here. We're going to park it right here and then you'll be able to catch up in the line as they are going here. So just have one person park your stroller, everybody else get in that line. Now it looks like I'm going to have to do this a second morning, but this just gives you a look into what can happen in the morning. So no matter what ride you are rope dropping in the morning, you always want to have that second option back up. Now, the next time to be able to ride this with a very short amount of wait is at the end of the night, and also during fireworks is also another really good time. So don't forget, you are able to get in line for rides all the way up to the minute before park closing, no matter what the wait time says. Since Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is not opening for early entry, let's just go ahead and get in line for Tron, because Tron, if you're going to try and rope drop Tron, does not open until the park officially opens, so it does not run for early entry. So since we're going through the scenario and we're in it, let's just go ahead and see like how long the line would be if I was to get in it now and all of that. Oops, squirrel. All right, so I'm also going to just kind of like show you the way real quick of like whenever you come in, if that is the ride that you want to rope drop. Apologize for the sun, but if you are coming in to rope drop or get in line early for Tron, you are going to get in line on the Tomorrowland Bridge. Now, once we get like to the end of the Tomorrowland Bridge, that's where they're going to hold you before they drop the rope for you to be able to enter. So let's just go through like what it looks like walking to Tron so you know the way. Coming up to the launching pad and take a left. You're going to do kind of like a catty corner that way. You're going to walk past the left of Space Mountain, and we're going to filter in the line right up here. And it is officially 7:42 in the morning, so Tron doesn't open for another 20 minutes. So as you're walking up the path, you want to stay on the right-hand side. You're going to filter in on the side that has the gate, just like for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. If you have strollers, you're going to want to park over here right before you get into the gate. Also, if you need to rider switch here, you need to check in with the cast members before you get in line to do rider switch. So if anybody's apprehensive about riding this ride and like fitting into the vehicle, there are test vehicles here for you to be able to get on and try it out. And just like that, we only waited 30 minutes, and it was a continuous 30 minutes, like the line kept moving. So that is really awesome. It is 8:30 officially. It's 30 minutes after park has officially opened. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is sitting at a 35-minute wait. And just for scientific purposes, let's just go ahead and go ride it and see exactly how long the wait would be if we waited in line right after that. So that way, you know, if you have this scenario come up on your trip, then you know that if you want to do this back to back, or if you want to ride one at the end of the night whenever it opens, just so you know that you have different options and still not have to pay for it. I also want to point out that this path that I'm on is like a back way from Fantasyland to Tomorrowland. So whenever I took you around the first way, you don't have to go all the way around to go to Tomorrowland. A quicker way is going to be through this way. So we are right here on my left is going to be Barnstormer. So if you happen to have a morning where you're going to rope drop Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and it doesn't open, just turn around, go through Storybook Circus, go to the right hand side of Barnstormer, and take that path to Tomorrowland to get in line for Tron, to go ahead and rope drop that. And your wait would have been less than what mine was today, because I stopped and kind of took the long way around to show you those kinds of things. Yeah, so it would have been a lot shorter walk for you and a lot shorter wait for you as well. What? 15 minutes. Are you kidding me? Let's do this. And just like that, we waited 12 minutes for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Okay, so let's go over logistics real quick. Okay, it is officially 8:56 in the morning. Whenever I got off of Tron this morning, it was sitting at a 55-minute wait. So making that quick decision to not stand there in line for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and wait for it to open and to hike it over to Tron was a good decision to get in there and ride that for a 29-minute wait, if you want to be exact. And then after that, whenever I got off of Tron, I looked at the wait time. Tron was sitting at a 55-minute wait, like I said, but I was looking for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and it said it was a 35-minute wait. Now, I was willing to wait 45 minutes. If the wait said 45 minutes, I was going to go ahead and get in line, because in that first hour of park opening, the Lightning Lane single pass guests had not started flowing through yet, so that means that the standby line was running fairly quickly. But whenever I got up there and I saw that it was a 15-minute wait, that was a magical moment on its own. Now, by the time I got off of Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, it had popped up to a 55-minute wait. So making those quick decisions first thing in the morning whenever you are trying to get those two Lightning Lane single pass rides done in Magic Kingdom back to back, that is the way to do it. And lastly, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind here at Epcot. Now, it is still on virtual queue, meaning that there is no standby line for you to physically walk up, get in line to actually ride this ride. So if you need to know how to join a virtual queue for free, I will leave that in the description box below for you. I have a full tutorial plus tips and tricks to make it easy on you. There you go. There's a look at how to rope drop every Lightning Lane single pass ride at Walt Disney World so that you don't have to pay for it. So I really hope that this gave you an idea of what it looks like, what are the little tips and tricks so that your morning can go a lot smoother. I know that I am somebody that likes to see the process. It just makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. So if this video is helpful, please give it a like and consider subscribing as I take you all around Walt Disney World and all the tips, tricks, and planning that you need. Now go watch my strategies playlist for all the things that you need to know for the parks that you are visiting. I'm Terry with Creating the Magic. Have a magical day.